Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Taurus, this is your monthly read for June. You can think of it as about 6 weeks into the future from when you hear this, probably, give or take. We're going to start with an overall, just saw this on the bottom, the Enlightenment card. We're going to start with an overall energy here. And then we're going to go deeper and deeper into that energy. And at the very end, we're going to have the fairies come out and give you a message. Also, please, I would love if you could subscribe to my channel and also like the video if you do. Okay, overall energy here, please, for Taurus for the month of June. Owl. Not owl, but owl. The birdie bird. The owl for me represents just looking at things from a different perspective, being able to see things from different perspectives, be able to have like a 360-degree vision, like coming in from every angle. So if you immediately think of something, like something's going on in your life right now, Taurus, that really has your attention, that you're thinking more of than anything else right now, then the inspiration here is to look at it from other angles, from different perspectives. If you can come in from if you think about like how you would view something when you're on ground level and then you go up in the air with an airplane, you're going to see that from a completely different angle. So just looking at something from a different angle will let the situation show you different answers, different angles to the situation itself. The owl is also very smart. The owl is a bird that's very wise. It represents wisdom. And this situation, whatever this is for you, the situation is something that's going to bring, I'm so sorry. It's going to allow for you to bring out your wisdom. It's going to allow for you to bring out your knowledge and to sort of not stay stuck in a situation, but to rather expand. Okay? Moving on, moving deeper into this. What do we have for Taurus, please, in the month of June? First card out. Wow, Ace of Spring. It's a beautiful energy. What else here, please, for Taurus? Seven of Autumn. It's about having patience, about not giving up a situation. Balance. Needing to find balance in the situation, or just what I'm getting with that immediately as we're going to get deeper into this, but what I just get immediately with it is to just, what can you do with the drunken sailor? What can you do with this situation that will sort of be a short-term solution? Like, look at a situation and what can we do short-term to just keep it afloat, whatever, keep this in check, to then I just feel like the short-term solution to find balance in whatever the situation is for you is not the long-term solution. This is just something we need to do right this very moment in order to move on, to solve this, to look at it from a different angle, and then we need to revisit the whole thing and come with more like a long-term plan. Just want one more here. That's just what immediately came out with that card. So let's just go deeper and see what else wants to come out there. The Chariot. So we do have movement forward. And you're in the driver's seat of this. Like you're not, so if you feel right now that there's a situation that you are not in control over, or that you feel like a little bit of, you sort of almost have to like wait for circumstances to show up in order for you to know what to do. That's not the case. You have you have a bigger say in this than you might think. Okay. And then I want to use this deck. Just a couple of more. Just realize we have actually, if we want to, we have 4 7s on the table, because we have 7 7 and then 14. Obviously, I would not say that we have 7 7 7. If we were to have like 8 8 on the table on the table and then the 14, I wouldn't say that. Oh, and then we have 2 7s. But the fact that we have 2 7s and then 14 came out, which is a double 7, that is when it plays into it. So there's a strong 7, which means that there's a strong support backing you up here. I don't know if you feel alone in the situation of solving things, or like if a situation is going to be resolved or solved, you're the one who's going to have to deal with it, or you're the one that has to come up with a solution. And even though you might be the vessel for the solution, you have like a whole team of angels with you. Like your support system really is here to back you up. Okay, a couple more cards here, please. What do we have for Taurus? Success and growth, see? And then we're coming into the 8. So it's like, it's a process going on. Share the love. Wow, I'm really flying out there. And healing begins. Share the love, success and growth, and healing begins. So we're going to take this from the beginning. The Owl card. Look at the situation from a different angle. Look at the situation from various perspectives. Maybe get out of your, if you're a little bit stuck in your rut, or stuck in your in the way of looking at something, to like, what's something else that you can do around this situation? If this is a job situation, if this is a money situation, if this is health, if this is something around relationships, is there another way to solve this situation then, or is there another way to approach whatever it is that you're doing that can put a different spin on it? Okay? That's what you're inspired to do. And it's inspiring you to, so it's never just about a situation. It just sort of happened. It's just luck or unluck that is happening in the world, and you just accidentally happen. I'm obviously being ironical. You just accidentally happen to be in this situation, and now you just somehow need to solve this stuff that just happens in the world. This is not what's happening at all. So this is a situation that is happening due to you now broaden your perspective. This situation is helping you to grow. It might not feel like growth. It might feel even annoying that I say that. It might feel like if you could just solve this situation and have it be done with, you would be like so much happier. You might think that, but I just feel like that is just not the case. This is a case of coming into a broader perspective of yourself, to expand yourself, to broaden your horizon, and to what I'm getting is also like to be able to hold more space, if that makes sense, like hold more energy. The more energy one can hold, the bigger the influx of energy you can receive, the bigger the messages, the bigger the information, the bigger the answers, the more that you can hold, the better. So that's what you're through this situation, whatever the situation is, that's what's happening. You're growing your field, if you will. And you might even have growing pains. It might not be that fun initially. Just going to the gym, whoever's going to the gym these days, if you're going to the gym and you want to exercise your muscles, the muscles, especially those muscles that you don't use on a day-to-day basis, are going to feel heavily in pain the day or 2 days after, once you started to use them, right? So there could be some growing pains in this sort of personal or spiritual sense. So then we have Ace of Spring and Seven of Autumn. So this is when it's time to take action. This is when things are being stirred up. Things are getting going. We're creating movement. We have the Chariot card there, which is also about movement, momentum. And whatever the situation is for you, whatever is making you grow, it's making you step out into different arenas or different ways of thinking of something, but also like, I'll just use an example. This is not for all Tauruses, but I'll just use an example. So let's say you got fired from work and now you feel like, oh my God, like I don't even know how to pay rent. And so this is going to come down to you now trusting the universe. You're going to expand your energy and you're going to start to understand that you're the creator of whatever it is that you want in your life. And it's going to cause you to start to think in ways. The owl is going to start to have you start to think in ways about like, okay, if I can't go back to that job, if I can have some sort of extra income, think short-term solution in this very moment. If you can have some other alternative income, maybe not something that you want to do for the rest of your life in terms of like passion and, but maybe it's a residual income that would just continue to happen for the rest of your life. And you would have never thought of it if you weren't sort of pushed into a corner and needing to think outside of the box. And so now things are getting going, like things are starting to move, like, okay, what can I do here to solve this situation? And you're starting to think in different ways and more opportunity starts to show up, more things, maybe advertisements for certain things will start to show up. That's what's happening when you start to think in these ways. And the Ace of Spring is telling you like, go into action. Act on it. Anything that just makes you obviously if you feel like, oh my God, kill me now. No, that's not a thing to jump on because that's not going to help you, not even in short-term situations. But there are things out there. I promise there are things out there that even for a short-term situation will really help you. If this is the situation, if you're in a relationship situation, maybe you want to leave your relationship that you're in, and you just don't know how that's gonna, like, what in the world? You can't even see yourself without this person. You can't see yourself without this family. You can't see yourself being the one that breaks up this family. Where in the world are you gonna go? You don't have maybe enough finances. You don't know where to live. You don't have to sort all of these things out. You just need to take the next step. We have 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8. It's like a big process here, moving on to the next step. And we are sort of heavy into where you're at, and we're just sort of one number out into where you're going. So it's not where you're going, it's not settled in yet. And where you're going, it's not even the next step in the sense that you're going to stay there. It's just a short-term situation. But this short-term situation might be the situation that helps you grow the most in this very instance in your life right now. There's something about like really stepping into this new situation, and Ace of Spring is telling you to act on it, to just really go with whatever is right in front of your face. And then 7 of Autumn, which is this is when unfound. I know it's so stupid even to say out loud, don't worry. Because when you're worried, when you don't know like really how things are going to turn out, if you don't know the next step, you don't know how you're going to solve certain things, that's when you need to get out of it. That's when you need to get into owl perspective, right? You need to broaden your horizon. And there's a gazillion ways to solve your situation. There is a gazillion ways to solve your situation. I do not care what situation you're in. The universe has as many ways that you can think of ways that the universe has. That's how many. The universe has endless ways. But this is also, so this is saying, if you've been thinking about leaving a job, leaving a relationship, going on to do something, like start something up, or having a dream that you want to see come into action or whatever, and you've been sitting on this for like such a long time and it just feels like it's just not coming into fruition, you might even feel like you're a little bit stupid for continuing to think that this is something that you're going to change, or continue to think that this is something that you're going to start. Maybe even have people around you say, do not leave that job, or do not end that relationship, or do not get into that new relationship, or don't jump on board on that. Like, what are you thinking? But you're the one who's going to live with it. You're the one that needs to be satisfied and happy here. So this Seven of Autumn is now saying, do not give up. Whatever it is you have in front of you, and whatever sort of task at hand that sits right in front of you, like, do not give up. You're so close. Like, you're sitting on this pumpkin, and we have a gazillion pumpkins behind you that are sort of ready to pop. You just need to get the first one going. It's like all the way back here. But it's asking you to have patience, and it's asking you to not worry. And I know it's stupid to say don't worry when you are worried. It's asking someone who's really upset to calm down. It never works. So, but it really is like, if it can help in any way, the energy here is saying like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. It's going to work out. And it's not only going to work out, if you just sort of have patience and just sit on your laurels right now, things are going to start to shift for you. Then we have the Chariot and Balance. So the Chariot card speaks about movement forward, how you are in control. You're steering the narrative. You're taking charge of the situation. So if you have felt a little bit, this might feel a little bit harsh, but if you felt a little bit like in the victim mode, or why me, or why can't I get more help, or why does it have to be so hard, or blah, 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 blah. Like, try to get out of that and just, okay, like roll your sleeves up and just, if you have any, and just try to get going. Try to just figure out like, okay, what is it that I can do here? One thing at a time. What is it that you can start to do to just get this thing going? And then we have Balance, which okay. I'm getting a little bit more of the, this is talking about take everyone's input into consideration, emerge viewpoints. So this is bringing a little bit of a different element, not different, but it's adding on a different element as well. That yes, look at the situation from many different viewpoints, but it's also to look at the situation from other people's lenses, like other people's viewpoints. So if this is a situation that's going to affect a lot of people, or at least several people, maybe your immediate family, like this Balance card is speaking about take other people's opinions or perspectives or viewpoints into consideration. If there's a way to change the situation that can benefit all, if there's several, if there's one way that could benefit you, but it doesn't benefit too many of the other people, and then there's a situation that actually benefits you and the other people, obviously go with the situation that, that is going to help other people as well in the situation. So, and maybe even like, because there was a feeling like if this is going to be sorted out, you're going to be the one that sorts it out. If this is going to be something that you need to find a solution to, you're the solutioner. And so, and that doesn't have to be the case. This is saying like, look at how other people look at this situation, if there are multiple people involved in this, and see if you can come together somehow and solve the situation. That eases up the burden on your shoulders. It eases up, like, how can we come together and like talk about it, have a communication about it, be really clear about where you stand and be really clear, like really listen to what other people are saying right now. Don't listen for you to reply. Don't listen for you to react. Don't listen for you to have them come into your viewpoint. Listen to listen. What are they saying? What are they feeling in this situation? And then, like as clarifiers, success and growth, this is very much connected to the Chariot card. I mean, this is really when you're coming into a different way of looking at things, I think you're going to find a heck of a lot of new things about yourself, expanding yourself, understanding yourself on a deeper level, because you're pushed to do that. When you're getting out of this type of comfort zone, you're pushed to do that. And then we have share the love, which is I feel like that's the balance thing. Like, you don't have to go it alone here. You can share the situation with other people, and you can start to see if we can find a solution to this situation, at least a short-term solution to this situation. How can we come together and even find joy in this, find pleasure in this, find that this thing that turned out from the beginning to look like it's just a hazard, that when you actually sit down and talk to people and speak your mind and like tell people what's on your mind and like how even put it over to them, maybe it's just friends. You want friends to listen to your situation, and maybe it's not even for them to make a choice or make a decision about what you're supposed to do, but they might have like awesome answers, and they might share, even like come up with really good solutions to a situation, so that you just don't feel like you have to solve this all on your own. Share the love, people. And then the healing begins. It's like this is there's something overall in this energy that is speaking about what I initially spoke about in the very beginning here of the message, that we might think it has to do with the money. We might think it has to do with the job or the relationship or the health or the whatever. And although it does, it's just the consequence or the extension of the initial energy that is going on inside of you, right? The very outer physical extension of that is just a result of what's going on in here. So whatever you're doing and whatever situation you're sort of, what it feels like you wouldn't have brought it on yourself if you had a choice, maybe you wouldn't, but you're also wanting to heal from the inside out. You've been asking to, is what I'm picking up here. You ask to come to a better place in your life. You want an overall more balance in your life, and to go back into that great healing. The things that are happening around you right now is causing you to go into that deep healing. And you know that. You probably feel this. Interesting message. So you're looking for a short-term solution, and you're looking to broaden your perspective and viewpoints. You can even ask other people to come in to like, how do we look at this? Or how do you look at this? And then listen to what they have to say. How can we solve this? How can we move forward? And then continue. Like, do not give up, have patience, and just continue forward. It's asking you to just get going, to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and get going with the Ace of Spring. And we have success. We have the Chariot, and we have this success and growth. And we have the card that says you don't have to worry. Like, there is going to be a solution to this. And the solution, it's a good thing, because you're going to have a solution to your so-called physical reality. But the solution that you're going to get is really expansion of your own energy field, to be able to hold more space, to be able to then receive more information, get up to higher dimensions, broaden your energy field so that you can just have a bigger or deeper understanding of whatever is going on around you. It opens up for you to be able to see things you weren't seeing before. It's a win-win, really. Some final messages from your fairies. We have a cleanse or a detox. detox. And romantic partner. That was a little bit, didn't see that coming. So maybe that's what it's going to be. So we're starting with this cleanse. This is just, it says utrensning in Swedish. So this is like a detox. It's a detoxification. And I mean, obviously this woman is standing in water and she's scrubbing herself. She's like cleaning herself. But you probably know what this is about. To either clean stuff out in your surroundings, to just have it be more, if there's a lot of stuff that you have been meaning to take care of in your immediate surroundings, like in your home, in your attic, in your basement, whatever. Or if this is something you've been thinking about, going on a detox when it comes to food, changing something around your foods. This can be a detoxification of what shows are you watching on television? What friends are you surrounding yourself with? What is your day-to-day life? What needs a detoxification in your life? And we have a romantic partner. And I actually didn't see that come at all. And so I think that for the month of June and spilling over into July a little bit, it might be that Taurus, you might not even be looking for a romantic partner. And it might be that energy that I just felt like you didn't even see it coming. You're so... this is maybe just for one person, but it might even be that you have been looking for a partner for such a long time that you're now sort of setting yourself up. I'm coming into, I don't know why I'm comparing it to this, because it's not, it's what's coming to mind, so I'm going to speak it. It's if the government is up to something and the government doesn't want the normal, the mainstream to know. And so they're going to create something, just cause they're going to create something that has everyone looking at this thing while they're dealing with the other thing sort of underground. And so we don't really know what's going on because we have everything focused on this other thing that they're creating just for the heck of it. So the comparison here is, Taurus, that some of you guys, maybe 2% of you guys, are creating something right now in your life that it takes up so much of your time and focus. You're so inclined to solve this thing that for once in a long time, you have just let go of even the thinking of a partner. And all of a sudden, because you're so hung up on something else, you release this resistance and the sort of fight around finding a partner. Then there he is, or she. It's an he in the image, but obviously a she, it could be as well. So that's a way to go about it. But if you, it doesn't have to be that calculated either. It can't just be that you're, when you least expect it, there the person is. And obviously not every single person or every single Taurus is going to look for a romantic partner. But for those who are, it feels like this person is going to show up when you least expect it. That is what I have for you for the month of June. I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.